Igbo kwenu, yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's a problem. Before I go enter into this story, I would like to categorically state that I am in no way using this video to disparage the Igbo community in Ghana. I am in no way using this video to court public disaffection for the Igbo community in Ghana. And I'm in no way using this video to disrespect the good people of Igbo in Nigeria. Nah, that is beneath me. We don't do that. That is beneath the KSS brand. We are not going to do that. As a matter of fact, I love the Igbo culture. I love their music. I love their food. I love their language. And when you come to KSS, we have an Igbo lady here. Like Chioma is an Igbo lady. So we're not going to do that. But we need to have a conversation about something happening in this country with regards to the Igbo community. And we need to have a conversation because this particular story, people have sent emails. Normally, people, they send me stories through my IG DMs and Twitter DMs. This particular one, you go wake up there, you see people have sent emails with subject, and when you open the email, the write-up has images and videos attached to it, so you for show you for tell you how serious this thing is for Ghanaians. So it is important that we have this conversation. Now, there is this news write-up here. A lot of things have been highlighted in this particular write-up. So I would entreat you guys to walk with me as I read this particular news, this article. There are some things that have been highlighted. Kindly pay attention, because after that, we go have a conversation, then we go conclude them, then we go move. A pressure group calling itself Apex Citizens of Ghana has petitioned the National House of Chiefs to take swift action against His Royal Majesty, Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ehenetu, for parading himself as king of Igbo community in Ghana. The petition was presented on Thursday in Kumasi by executives of the group. The group is saying that the gradual widening of His Royal Majesty Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ehenetu's sphere of influence and reign over Igbos in Ghana poses a significant threat to Ghana's security, culture, and national identity. And this is what he said: if he is not called to order quickly, he will one day declare an Igbo state in Ghana, which may cause future civil war or ethnocentric conflict. The group has won. I think this one they carry go, but yeah, nobody knows tomorrow. Addressing the media after the presentation, the president of the pressure group, Gabriel Kwame Appiah, alleged that His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ehenetu, who refers to himself as the diaspora king of Igbo in Ghana, has gone too far by installing multiple sub-chiefs across different parts of Ghana. How can you come to my country and you come and be installing multiple sub-chiefs across how? And this is what he said: this raises serious concerns about the creation of an alternative traditional leadership structure by a non-Ghanaian national, with authority seemingly exercised over Ghanaian communities, he stated. He told newsmen that the group has uncovered that the Igbo king has an ambition of building an iconic and first-class Igbo village in Ghana, including palaces, town halls, guest houses, naming of streets after Nigerian historical figures, and Igbo exclusive infrastructure. There is a video to this effect. Watch it.
Igbo has got a very rich culture that must be encouraged. He believes the past and present leaders from Igbo as a nation from the Nigerian state deserves more. The father of all projects on his mind is the establishment of the first Igbo town in Ghana, and of course, the first in the world.
If you look around the world, apart from in Virginia, they have Igbo village in Virginia. They created it by putting the antiques, the antiquities of Igbo there. You can come there, kind of archive of Igbo. But I'm creating Igbo village, which has never happened in the history of the world among the Igbos in the world. As I'm talking to you, I've acquired 50 acres of land, that is 250 plus of land, along the Flower Road, that is at Old Ningo area. Along that road, it's right on the road. I acquired 250 plus of land. My reason of acquiring this land is to build Igbo village in Ghana. I call it Amandi Igbo in Ghana. We'll build a village where we're going to build the palace of Igbo there. a huge palace. We'll build Igbo Town Hall there with about 2,000 capacity chairs and 100 rooms guest house. The essence of this guest house is most of the times our governors and our Igbo great leaders do come to Ghana. They always go with their entourage. If they come to Ghana, their entourage will see where they will lodge for free of charge, maybe for a day or two. Most of their visits, it doesn't take more than 48 hours or 24 hours. They stay there free of charge, and they know that, yes, this is what they have benefited from the Igbos living in Ghana. Again, our people that have accommodation problem and all that will come get there at least for 2 or 3 days before they can get out of the country, or those that come into the country in one way or the other will have accommodation of 100 rooms guest house. We will also, in the Palace of the Igbo, we also have apartment there for special guests like governors and ministers. And in future, I know that we, the Igbos, will provide president in Nigeria. And I know that the president that will rule Nigeria at time to come must be an Igbo man. And one day, by the special grace of God, he also going to be part of those that are going to lodge at the guest house there in Igbo village. In that Igbo village, my good brother, what I want to do there is we'll create streets there. We'll create streets that will represent the names of the ancient Igbos. We'll create the streets that will bear the name of Sambakwe Street. That's the ex-governor of Imo State. We'll create a street that will bear the name of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the first president of Nigeria. We'll create a street that will bear the name of Nzogwo. We'll create a street that will bear, of course, the name of my father also, Zemaladi Henetu. And all the great Igbo leaders that they have gone, and those are present, will create streets in their name that will represent them in Igbo village in Ghana. And this Igbo village in Ghana, every Igbo man all over the world have right to come there and buy property. Either you want a plot of land or 2 plots of land to build your dream house. We're also going to build tall buildings of maybe 6th floor or 7th floor. We'll sell them flat by flat. And we will have a single entrance in this Igbo village. When you come in there, you're coming into Igbo village in Ghana. From there, the Igbos will expand. We will build markets there. Igbo market will represent there. Igbo school will be built there. We will create transport section there also. We will create what we call Ezigbo Garden. In Igbo language, you call it Mbala Ezigbo. Ezigbo Garden, meaning where we create about 4 plots of land. We use 4 plots of land for that, for Ezigbo Garden, where we're going to plant yam, plant all the trees, all the leaves you can get in Igbo land. Okwa, ube, akubeke, mtoroba, oha, we're gonna also plant yam there. We'll plant ube there. We'll plant all these things so that at the time of New Year Festival of Ezigbo, we'll go to the Mbala there. We'll go to the garden there to get our New Year Festival. In there, you see that, yes.
Good. Don't be pessimistic. Let's continue. He hinted that the foregoing agenda reviews a concrete plan to create a quasi-autonomous Igbo enclave on Ghanaian land. Now, this is what he said. Per the intelligence we have picked, he has acquired 50 acres of land, that is 250 plots, along the Aplao Road in the Old Ningo area. His plan is to build a huge palace and a town hall with a capacity of about 2,000 chairs and a 100-room guest house, he intimated. He stressed that His Royal Majesty Chukwu the Jude Ehenetu must not be allowed to hold himself out as king in Ghana, and must be barred from holding his yearly Yam Festival, which attracts Igbos across the globe to Ghana. Now, I don't think so. The Yam Festival thing there now, because, and I see Ghanaians in the diaspora, they also celebrate their festivals and things. Some of them even organize funeral for Queen Elizabeth and things. Please, the Yam Festival there, don't touch it. It is their culture. If they have a community in Ghana and they want to celebrate it, I don't think I feel like some of the things they are saying, they are blowing it out of proportion, but whatever, we'll get it. And this is what they said. He has made himself the center of the influx of Nigerians into the country, especially the Igbos. He must be stopped, else if they take over, it will not be good for this country, he cautioned. Gabriel Kwame Appiah further alleged that his findings reveal that Chukwu the Jude Ehenetu is not even from any royal family in Igbo land, let alone call himself king of Igbo community. According to him, Chukwudi Jude Ehenetu's name has not been gazetted and entered into the National Register of Chiefs. Only individual of appropriate lineage duly enstood qualify as chiefs. If he was enstood, was it as a full chief, honorary king, or a purely ceremonial title devoid of any stool right or authority within the Ga customary jurisdiction? He questioned. Ladies and gentlemen, your man get ambition. There's nothing wrong with having an ambition, but you have to go that ambition you for go do take care of that ambition in your country. You cannot travel into my country. And let me read this thing. So this is basically about the Igbo community in Ghana and the king. The Igbo, a major ethnic group primarily located in southeastern Nigeria, have a notable presence in Ghana. With an estimated population of around 74,000, they are known for establishing communities and organizations in various countries, including Ghana, to support their people and preserve their culture. His Royal Majesty, Eze Dr. Ambassador Chukwudi Jude Ehenetu, is considered the Igbo king, Eze Igbo in Ghana. He was crowned in 2012 by Chief Sir Oliver Akubueze, president of Oheneze Indi Igbo in diaspora. What Indi Igbo in diaspora? Hey, Charlie, we love titles. Dr. Ehenetu described his position as a service to his people, helping to address their problems and promoting Igbo culture. So if you are really helping to, address their problems and promoting Igbo culture, the acquiring of land and building the creation of the Igbo village and building roads or street and naming it after notable Igbo people and Nigeria people, they make sense, because I don't think that is a problem. So it means that your man is using the title to advance his ambition. But the thing is, he dey do am for place where he has a because we and Gaza, we have our problem. We have our chieftaincy problem. We have our kingdom problem. There are people in this country where they say there is no king in this country. Like, if you call someone a king, they have a problem. So we have our kingdom and chieftaincy issues. You know, go feel left your country, then come here say you did. Nah, bro. Now, I am not arguing the legitimacy of the crown. That one there, it be the Igbo community, them a prerogative. He has been on the throne for 12 years. So if he not be legitimate man to sit on the throne, that one there, he be the Igbo people, that my issue be that. But you cannot come into my country and come and behave like you want to impose your kingdom on. Nah, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. We have Chieftaincy Act. We have a constitution. We are a sovereign country. We are governed by laws. Once you are in a country, you forgo according to the rules and regulations, the laws in the constitution. Now the constitution, they frown on freedom of association. If you come in this country and there are 74,000 Igbos in this country and you want to form an association, that is fine. So you go share your problems, and the person who is representing you go amplify the issue, or you go relay the issue to the High Commissioner in Ghana, who is the political representative of Nigerians in this country. That is what the diplomacy, international diplomacy, the person representing Nigerians in this country, who is recognized by the constitution, who is recognized by international diplomacy and politics, is the High Commissioner. So if there is an issue, if you are representing the 74,000 people and there is an issue, you as the local rep will relay the message to them. That is just that. And if you want to call yourself a king or a chief, a chief, that's fine. That is to your people. But there are things that you don't go fit. Nah, bro, you don't go fit come say they come, create a village or create a kingdom, build roads and name it after after notable Nigerians. And no, bro, you can't do that. You are not constitutionally allowed to come into the country and do that. Now, once again, I am not against people forming association. If the person wants to call himself the chief of the Igbo community, there is not, bro, no problem. The National House of Chiefs no go recognize them. The Chieftaincy Act no go recognize them. Whatever rules and regulations or laws where it cover on a chieftaincy issues no go recognize them. But if in people say it be them a chief, no problem. But do not go overboard. Do not go, do not cross boundaries and things. There has to be a limit. And the National House of Chiefs and the security people they for have a conversation about some of these things. Like, bro, we understand. Dr. Ambassador Chukudi, Jude, we understand. You are representing your people. But do not go about parading yourself like, we can't have, we can't have a foreign kingdom in our kingdom. We can't do that. You cannot bring an Igbo kingdom into Ghana. When you go to Nigeria, we don't have Ashanti kingdom in Nigeria. We don't have it. There may be local reps over there, but we do not have Ashanti kingdom in Nigeria. You don't see an Ashanti man going to Nigeria, becoming a king, creating, let's say, a village or a community or a kingdom, and say, I'm going to name these roads after this and this and that. Now, you can't do that. That is unconstitutional. That is unconstitutional. So I feel like some of the things happening in the news feed be exaggerated, because this is just a matter of conversation. He has been the traditional leader of the Igbo community in Ghana for what, 12 years? 12 good years. He has represented his people, or he's representing his people. Maybe his people are happy. But we have our laws. We have our rules and regulations. We have our Chieftaincy Act. You know, if you go about and stooling what sub-chiefs in this country. The geographical location that they occupy, it's there under Ghana. The fact that there are 74,000 Igbos in Ghana, means that place is like Igbo land. No. It is a Ghanaian land. You are governed by the Ghanaian laws. So you go by it. So you cannot impose your kingdom on the good people of Ghana. So you just need to you need to know the limits. There has to be limits. In an interview, someone asked Dr. Ambassador Chukudi Jude Ehenetu, say, you represent the Igbo people. What about, the other ethnic groups or the other tribes in Nigeria? So if, let's say, the Yoruba people come to you, are you going to, give them help, or you are going to, take care of them and everything? If they need help from you, are you going to attend to them and everything? This is what he said.
And looking at you as an Igbo king, that means you stand solely for the people of the Igbo land. Do you allow other tribes from other places like Nigeria and other places right here in Ghana to come to you for assistance just in case they need any?
Yeah, Jesus is the savior of the world, but he started from Israel. So the tribe that made me to sit where I am today is the Igbo tribe.
Yeah.
But remember that I'm a Nigerian. Igbo is inside Nigeria.
Yeah.
And every Nigerian, every Igbo man will believe so much in ourselves. As soon as you cross the border, you are not seen like Igbo again, like Yoruba again, like Hausa again, but you see like a Nigerian. So the throne of the diaspora Igbo throne in Ghana is protecting Igbos, defending Igbos, projecting Igbos, defending Nigerians, projecting Nigerians, and all tribes in Nigeria. In extension, also support everybody that comes around us, irrespective of the country where you're coming from and the tribe where you're coming from.
So from the look of things, it's like Igbo first, Igbo first, Igbo first, Igbo first. You can do that in your country, not here. You can take care of your people. Even here, you can take care of your people. But we have our culture. We have our tradition. You are not part of the National House of Chiefs. You are not recognized by the Constitution. So, limits. There has to be limits. And our, institutions, they need to have conversation about some of these things, you understand? You need to have a conversation about some of these things so that people no go overboard. We no go allow people make them thrive to the level where we no go fit tame them or no go fit put them like no go fit straighten them and things. We cannot do that. You understand? We are not saying that they should go to their country or do anything. Nah, you can build houses in this country. There are Ghanaians in Nigeria where them get houses for them. You can build houses or wherever you want to do. But just the concept of kingdom, the Igbo kingdom in this country is not making sense. It's not going to work. We are not going to allow that to happen. You cannot bring an Igbo kingdom to Ghana. It doesn't work, bro. Come on, bro. This is simple. And honestly, I don't think maybe that is what your man is trying to do. Maybe your man is just trying to build a community for his people and things. But Ghanaians are afraid that small, to move from 74,000 to 84,000 to 94,000 to 104,000, and they go. Then they will come over and they will take over and everything. So that one day, we go leave them to our institutions to take care of some of these things. Because Ghana we are hospitable, we are accommodating. Nigerians are our neighbors. They will always come into our country. There are a lot of Ghanaians in the UK. There are a lot of Ghanaians in the US. There are a lot of Ghanaians in other countries. You see, people travel. But at the end of the day, when you go there, when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans they do. You don't do as you please. You don't impose kingdoms on the people. You don't install sub-chiefs. You don't create kingdoms and villages and create streets and name it after notable Nigerians and Igbos. You don't even harbor that idea. Just take care of your people and bounce. You can be the chief of the Igbo community. You can be the king of the Igbo community. No problem. I don't have a problem with that. But we have rules. We have laws. Once nah, bro, we are not going to. So I understand where Ghanaians are coming from. I understand some of the concerns, some of the things that have been listed out there. Like, yeah, we need to have a holistic conversation about some of these things because, nah, bro, the jurisdictions that you are operating, Ghanaians are living there. So are they going to respect the Igbo laws in that particular vicinity or what? I don't understand. It is like conflicting, you understand? It's like, so are you going to have Igbo laws and we have Ghanaian law or what? Then there's Igbo laws. Like, what is happening? Are you trying to create a country in our country? Are you trying to create a kingdom in our country? There's only one kingdom, Ashanti Kingdom. Asa. Then that one said, Charlie, we have our issues left, right, center. Hey, we don't have only one kingdom with Mr. Rema. We have a lot of kingdoms. Kingdom books and stationery. Nah, we don't have only one kingdom. We have many kingdoms. My bad. But at the end of the day, yes, that is basically what a lot of Ghanaians are talking about. So the appropriate institutions or the appropriate bodies make people, sit and have a conversation with this man, the Igbo community, and let them understand, like, there is a reason why there is a high commissioner, Nigerian high commissioner to Ghana. That is that is the country's representative to Ghana. Or no crying yourself, if you can't create kingdom for a year. Nah, we don't do that. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this story. I feel like some of the things people they share for social media, I hear some voice note and things and Charlie people they blow them out of proportion, making people cool down. As I said, he's been the king or the chief of the Igbo community for 12 years. So Charlie, make we sit and analyze the thing properly. But at the end of the day, when they operate within the confines of the law, then there is a problem. So we need to have a conversation. So my name is Coach Sheldon. What do you think about this particular story or about this particular development? Let me know in the comment section. Yes, we are out.